Hey everyone, this is Vicky from Second Sight Tarot, a branch of wellness. I'm here to do the sign of Libra for the month of March 2021. I've already meditated on your cards. Please remember that this is a general reading and it may not resonate for everyone, so please take what does and leave the rest. I'm doing the element spread today. It's current situation, how you can move through it through intellect and communication, the emotions you might want to connect with it or that might come up because of it, and the outcome or how you can move through that. All of the cards that I use are in the description box below. Situation. This is the second time I'm doing your reading, and the same exact cards minus this one have come up a second time, so it's definitely meant to be. And at the bottom of the deck, extremes. I don't know if maybe you're sitting up at night worrying about stuff, worrying about the future. Or maybe not having a balance within the emotions that are coming up, worry, stress, anxiety, that kind of stuff. Fear seems to be what's going on at the bottom of the deck there. So we'll clarify. We'll see if that comes up throughout the reading. I'm going to pull a couple cards and then we'll actually get started. Current situation for Libra, March 2021. Ooh. Love. Allow the pure to pour in and out of you. This is probably the opposite of what's going on at the bottom of the deck with the other deck, with the extremes card. Maybe half and half are having situations like this, but also maybe this is what you need to bring into your life. A little bit more self-love, a little bit more gratitude. Gratitude card came out while I was shuffling in this deck. It might show up again. Maybe there's just like a disharmony of some sort with the balance of emotions here. And I mean, it's totally understandable with the way that life is and the way that the year has gone. Excuse me. That we have our ups and downs. Like, it's fine for a couple days, we feel great, and then reality sits in, and then we find, so the fluctuation is normal, but maybe that's just kind of where some of you are. I'm going to pull a card for the overall energy of the reading. The Devil. And the Chariot. This came out again in a different deck when I was shuffling. It's the second time. Maybe a lot of you are ready to push through, move through something. Maybe you're going a little too fast. Maybe you're just like ready and done and just want to move forward. This is also like advancement and progression. Like, you're moving through something. You're finally like bringing something to fruition. You're finally going for it. So it could be that as well. I'm going to do one more, I think. Yeah, I'm going to do these. So in the current situation, you have abundance in reverse, and I don't necessarily read them in reverse. I just like to leave them just to have an idea if there's something that's a blockage or something that's causing it not to come quick enough or the way that you want it. So that's why I leave it up. Okay. Actualization is at the bottom of the deck. I don't know, we're going to get into this, but I don't know if there's just some stagnation in finding balance and harmony. That's kind of what I'm getting. Or believing or saying things in a way that brings clarity and awareness and like acknowledgement to things. We'll see. We'll figure it out. So I do like to pull a lot of clarifiers. I just think it's fun and I love using my deck, so I use them a lot in my readings. But in the current situation is environment, and it was in reverse, so maybe your environment could be clutter, it could be just like not up to par with what you normally do, or it just could be like a messy house is a messy house is a messy mind kind of thing, or maybe this is the mind. There's a lot going on there. But it's just, it's not the best of cards to have like visually. It's a sleeping or passed away rat or a mouse around a lot of clutter in the house. So maybe that might be stopping you from creating abundance, because when you're living around clutter, or just being like in this hoarder mentality of just like not wanting to clean and maybe feeling a little down and not really wanting to deal with it, or just being in the house so much, or maybe you've already done this and you've already cleaned this, because it was in the reverse. So maybe I think that this is a shift for you now. It's shifting. But a messy house is a messy mind, definitely. And I think that might be stopping you from the sun, seeing the sunshine. And you have a sun card here. The abundance card is in reverse. So there is something that is keeping you from fully attaining abundance, or believing that you can attain it. It just could be a messy house or a messy mind, or maybe your thoughts are just all over the place and you can't find structure. I can attest to that for myself as well. But I think that you have abundance in reach, and it's very attainable. I just think, like most signs that I've read so far, you have to believe it. You have to change your thought process and believe that it's possible that you can get it. So, and the sun card came out. So current situation, maybe you're seeing sunnier days now. You're seeing the brighter side of things. Like maybe you have cleaned your space, or you're in the process of doing that and you're just feeling better. But the sun card can also mean like nurturing, growth, and healing. So there's time. This could also mean this could be the mind as well, but you're just healing. You're going through a healing time right now. You're going through a growth spurt, and the outcome is happier and more brighter and definitely attainable. So keep with that energy. I'm going to pull some clarifiers on that. Yeah, joy in reverse, but I'm not going to keep it in reverse, because I do think that this was for the sun card. I think that you have some brighter days ahead of you. Maybe it's because of the weather change. If you're in a climate where it's winter and cold, that's going to bring a little bit more joy. I feel like maybe sitting in the sun a little bit, for just like, it just makes me feel so good. I do it every morning when the sun's out, through the window. Like I put the window down so there's nothing blocking me, and I just sit in the sun if it's cold. It really, really does help. So maybe sitting in the sun, going to the beach, being outdoors a little bit more now will help you believe and maybe sort out some of the stuff in the mind, if this is your mind. Or just cleaning your space, opening the windows, letting the air come in. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. I'm going to pull one more for the environment, just to have an understanding. I think it's just overall in your world. It's the world. So I just think it's overall the energy of you, maybe not just your house, but just maybe feeling like everything is like all over, or cluttered, or needs maybe stale energy. The negativity card came out for you while I was shuffling, and like before when I was meditating on your cards. And this could be stinking thinking, like maybe just overall everything that your belief system right now is in this environment is here. But that is reflecting everything in your life. So also the world card means like harmony, balance, fulfillment. So maybe you're just not feeling that way, or maybe you're just starting to shift and wanting to feel that. So it's all about mindset, for sure. It's all about shifting the way that you're thinking about things to have the sun come through. So yeah. And I'll pull more later. I just want to have an idea of what the situation is right now, so moving forward I can like read it better. So in the way that you communicate and articulate things, it's boundaries in reverse. So maybe there's not some, like maybe needing to set some boundaries with yourself in your growth period, and or with other people around you, or maybe a little bit of both because of your growth period or whatever you're going through right now. Finding balance is key. I think this is out of this whole reading so far. I see you definitely going within. The darkness card is going within and working through some like shadow stuff, shadow work. This could also be the moon card, like things coming, like maybe something's coming to the surface that you need to deal with, or like the subconscious level. You have a lit path there for you in the dark, so meaning like you're not alone. It's not like pitch dark. You can definitely work through this situation and do some soul searching there to clear some things that need to be cleared, to move forward in a better way, or a brighter way, or higher vibrational way. I think a lot of signs right now, a lot of people in general, the people that are working on themselves and really going deep have raised their vibrational quality a little bit. And I think that it's like almost like this enlightenment as a society, but the select few that actually are doing the work, not everyone. But I feel like that might be for you. Like you're seeing something that you want to shift, and you're setting intentions. This is a plant the seeds and watch them grow. I get this a lot in people who are transitioning and like really working on themselves. I mean, that's like usually the path of the story that is told, is like you're definitely, maybe you have already done some. It's just maybe articulating what you've the work that you've done inside, setting some new boundaries with your new way of looking at things, coming out of the dark in a brighter way, like finally saying like, okay, I can do this, this, and this to have a better future or a better situation or a better outcome. So just articulating it, because this is in the communication and intellect position. So just maybe saying it out loud, writing it down, journaling, making a vision board, that kind of stuff, to really put it into action and have the universe really hear you with the things that you want to manifest and want to create. So I'm going to clarify the boundaries. Although it's pretty straightforward here, but it's also about the seasons. For some, the seasons are changing. A lot of people have gotten this. The seasons are changing, so people are starting to feel better, and they're starting to realize that they can do more and feel like just being outdoors, and like the energy has gone up, spirit has gone up, that kind of stuff. But this is also going with the flow of things. We can't control the seasons, you know, and so it's like going with the flow of nature, like going with your flow of nature, your nature. Maybe giving up some of the less control and you know, going with the flow a little bit more, surrendering in a sense. But also this can mean like just really planting the seeds that you want to grow and being connected to your projects and to your whatever you're wanting to manifest, because this is, you know, nature, and you're really setting intentions here. But I definitely think that it's a way of communicating to yourself and to others that is really important here. The message to get from this, it's like taking that darker stuff that you've been working with, the stuff that's been buried for a while, setting your new boundaries with yourself especially, but with other people, going with the flow a little bit more with things, and really setting the intentions that you want to manifest now, and being verbally specific on what you want the universe to give back to you. I think that's crucial. I'm going to do one more for setting intentions just to see if something comes up. Thank you. Yeah, it's all about finding balance. It's totally about finding balance. This whole reading is about balance and nurturing yourself and being fulfilled within that balance. So in the category of, or the position of the emotions you can connect with here is the heart. So maybe getting a little bit out of the head. I mean, you need to work through this, through the mental, you know, state, of course, but following your intuition, following your heart, you know, this is all about emotions and intuition, and not using the mind to make this decision, to deal with emotions. Like really go with what you're feeling about things. Like how does it make you feel when it comes up, this situation or this emotion? Really connecting with that and really using your intuition to move through it, and not allowing the mind to dictate how this is going to play out emotionally. It's interesting that's in the emotion category, because it's all about like going in and really connecting with your true self and your true heart and where you want to move. And it's funny, I said surrender and I didn't even realize this card was down, but it is about surrendering, you know, and this doesn't mean religion and by any means. This is just surrendering to like the heart, allowing it to move forward, surrendering to like not controlling the situation through the mind anymore. You know, like what is your body telling you? What is your intuition telling you? And I think this is the Ace of Diamonds, Ace of Pentacles in this deck, but it's not really a tarot deck. It's a mixed deck, but it's all about solitude, really finding solitude. But aces also are new ideas, new concept, maybe new ways of talking to yourself, new ways of dealing with your emotions. You know, like really putting aside just the mental stuff and allowing the heart and the intuition to take, like really connecting with that. But I think this will bring you solitude if you really can take these new ways of dealing with your emotions and connecting with them and finding them, maybe searching for them internally, allowing them to come up when they do, you know. I don't know. I think this is great with that. I'm going to clarify a little bit the surrender card. Thank you. And the heart. It's spiritual guidance. Funny it came with the surrender. maybe some of you are doing some soul searching and you're finding your spirit. And this doesn't mean religion. This just could be being spiritual without religion, or it could be your religious beliefs. So it's not, just take what resonates with you on that. But I do think that maybe looking for someone to help you through this, like, I'm not into gurus, but somebody who's an inspirational speaker that might touch you in a certain way that you need to hear things. Or just know that you're divinely guided, you're spiritually guided on this journey, you're not alone, and to trust yourself more. Go use yourself as your spiritual guidance. I love that. I think they're totally similar cards that way. I'm going to do with the heart, just one for the heart, or Libra. Thank you. So it's the divine again. I just think this is so beautiful, and the energy that you're connecting with in the emotional state. Like, you're really transforming into something really beautiful and to your higher self. The divine is very similar. I mean, this isn't really the priestess card, the high priestess, or the empress, but it is all about using your intuition and nurturing yourself, being creative in the way that you connect with yourself, and that you are all that you need. I started this reading again just because my words were not coming out properly, and the card that you had in was Solverity, in the place of darkness, and that is standing in your power. It's all about standing in your power, and I think this is the same card. Like, you are divinely guided with yourself, with like whatever source you connect with your intuition, and just to trust that enough to really move forward and run with this, because I think it's really beautiful to connect to emotions this way, because it shifts your consciousness and the way you perceive things, and on every level of your being, when you connect with your emotions like that and you're really grounded. So I think that's really beautiful. And in the how you move through this, or the outcome of this, is creativity, which we spoke about a little bit, being creative and the way that you are doing things now, and the way you're thinking about yourself, the way you process things, the subconscious stuff that you've been working on, setting intentions. You're being creative on finding new creative ways to be different than you were before, and let go of the things that don't serve you anymore. The trust card and don't stop, a miracle is around the corner, meaning like you're so close to attaining shifting, really to like really notice it, and for people to notice it, and just to be on your path. Like, you're really, really close. So the trust card means that you can find inner trust within yourself, to trust yourself and to trust other people, but also to know that you are protected, and that you're being like watched over. This is kind of like, these are two geese kind of watching over you inside the egg, and the egg is really fragile. Your boundaries are really fragile. You're like, your shell's really fragile, but you're okay. Like, you're protected within the power of your own self, or with other people are watching you, your guides, whoever you connect with. They're watching you. They're saying, like, trust this process, trust yourself enough. You're safe. I love this. And the don't stop, the miracle's on the way. It's like you're almost to the treasure. She's digging for crystals, and she's almost like, do I give up? Like, I've dug so much, but it's the universe is saying, like, you're so close to getting those crystals on the bottom there. So keep digging, keep working on yourself, keep shifting and moving forward. Gonna pull some cards on that too. The trust card, please. So the Lovers and the Strength, and this could be a relationship that you fall on, to lean on, but I don't feel that way, because the Strength card to me is like inner strength, but like the softer strength, not like charging through like a bull, but more just like, I don't know, inner grace, and knowing that you are the shit, and that you can move through anything. You've already dealt with a lot in your life, and you have the strength to pull through in this very elegant way. And the Lovers, to me here, it could be a relationship for some of you, but I think that this is more about like really loving, getting to know yourself more, and falling in love with you. That's what I see, because they came out together. So that's what I think. For some it could be relationships, and then for others, for most of you, I feel like could be the love that you have for yourself, or that you're learning to have for yourself, like really falling in love with the new you and the old you, and the you that you just thought were not so great. and just respecting and honoring yourself, and you know, moving forward to have a better future for yourself. That's what I see with that. So the Devil card, which is kind of overall reading, I think these cards are beautiful. These are the White Witch Tarot, and they're just the major arcanas. But the Devil to me can mean a couple things. It's definitely like negative blocks or negative ways of thinking, like self-doubt, doubting yourself, which I totally think this is more of the situation, like not really realizing what a gem you are and the potential you have and how many tools you already have under your belt to move through something and to manifest things. But just maybe some negative blocks mentally. Like I totally thought this was all about like changing your stinking thinking and the environment in your mind. That also can be affecting your external environment. But this is more about like just the way you think. And the negativity card that came out before, this is what that is. It's just you're creating negative blocks or blocks and like obstacles for yourself because of the way you're thinking about things and not being clear and not seeing the brighter side, the sunnier side of things, you know. That's all that this is saying. So I can clarify, but I totally feel that's what it is. The night, again, the darkness. Yeah, this is all about going within to release some of the darker aspects that you don't want to connect with anymore with yourself, but also like the unseen things. It's almost like the moon card, you know, like maybe there's some things coming your way, like some information coming your way internally or externally, but I just think like going within, sitting still, like going through that darkness and being comfortable in that situation, feeling safe and comfortable to like dig through some of these emotions, to work through some past traumas and that kind of stuff. I definitely feel like this is, I mean, literally two darkness cards. Like this is the same card. They're just verbalized differently. But one's going through intellect of how to communicate with yourself, like really bringing these things outward to hear, whether it's writing in a journal, saying them out loud, you know, that kind of stuff. So to release them. And one of them is saying like, go in within to release some of these blocks, these negative, this stinking thinking, and like move forward because you're in control of your happiness and your destiny. So I'm going to pull a couple more, and then I'm going to pull you a self-care card or a few, depending on how many want to come out. Yeah, this is not repeating cycles. Like maybe in the past you've just kept repeating because you didn't know how to move forward, but I think now that you have the tools to not repeat the circle, it's just the same thing coming around. So I think that this is preventing you from creating abundance because of the way that you're thinking, your thought process. Could be in it now, could be just getting out of it now. I feel like some of you are just starting this journey, some of them are halfway through, and some of you haven't even started this yet, or are about to, or thinking about it, and are finding ways to do that. It's just breaking this cycle of going back and forth and repeating the same habits and the same mindset, and like, you know, how you speak to yourself. I think that's key. And yeah, so the gift, I definitely feel like this is definitely a shift for you and it is a gift from the universe that you have like, and to yourself, you know, moving forward and setting intentions and believing in these things now. Use this as like a time to really plow through a lot of crap that you've been holding on to, because it doesn't serve you anymore. You're not that person anymore. It's just stored in the cell and you need to release it. That's all it is. I definitely think it's not hard to do as in like actual like changing habits and that kind of stuff, but not hard to do in the scheme of things. Just not speaking negatively to yourself anymore, but very hard to do. But if that's the only thing you need to do to really attain abundance and greatness, it's not that much in the scheme of things. People have it a lot worse off. So using your intuition in the emotions position, it's all about intuition here. It's all about, the heart is all about going in within and using your intuition. So this is just clarifying that is the right message to deliver. I think you're on your game there with that. Like really connect emotionally. That's the thing to get out of this reading is work on how you deal with emotions, how you process them. You're definitely in a growth period. The final. Don't stop the process. Like you are so close to really shifting something big. You're definitely in this growth period. I think this is really beautiful. And this is all about yourself. I definitely think that the Lovers is more for self-love, But like I said, for some of you, it might be the person you're leaning on is your lover. But this is about connecting with your heart. These are very similar cards, going within, connecting with your heart, and going with what your intuition is telling you, what your internal stuff, your being is telling you, not the mind. Going with how it feels in here. So I'm going to do some self-care cards and then send you on your way. See, 20,000 of them come out. Movement. This could also be like yoga, any kind of movement, that walks in the park, yoga, dancing for yourself, more meditating too, but maybe walking, meditation, that kind of stuff. This is more like spiritual stuff, movement for me in this card. 800 came out, so I'll read them. Spend time with friends. They're playing tarot. They're doing tarot readings together. I definitely think that connecting with friends to support you through this is good. I do think this is a self journey for sure. But I think if you need support to find it. Sweet treats are always a great one, but this could be healthy too. This could be like smoothies and like really lots of fruit, medicinal sweetness, not just baking muffins. But if sometimes maybe you just need to, and because sugar is expanding, right? So if you're in this expansion mode of really trying to expand, sugar will do that for you. But hopefully it's healthier sugar. Alone time. I think you have spent alone time, but maybe alone time in the sense of like really going within and utilizing that for your higher self, to connect more. Maybe you're just touching the surface with this and you need some me time to really get in it. So for those of you who need that. Building strength. This is also working out and movement, but this is also building strength in your intuition, because she has a third eye on her, between her eyebrows. It's like this is really connecting with intuition and building that muscle, strengthening that muscle for sure. And that's coming into play here so many times. Like so many cards are saying the same thing. Music and dancing. So some of you, that movement could be dancing. I think maybe throwing some music on, cleaning your house if you need to, or just taking a walk, blasting the music, and just not being so uptight. Maybe I'm not saying you're uptight, but maybe just that energy of like not having fun. I think that this year has really caused that to like go under the surface a little bit. But maybe resurfacing some fun, dancing in the dark at home, playing some drums, doing some therapeutic music stuff. I don't know, binaural beats, drumming, or just your favorite tunes, and just jam out. I don't know. I hope this resonated with you. Please take what does and leave the rest, like I said before. If you do like what I'm doing here, if you would love to like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. I can definitely use the support. I really want to become better at doing this, but also grow this channel. It's really helping me internally with a lot of stuff that I'm dealing with as well. So it's therapeutic all around. Anyway, so enjoy the month of March, and you will see me soon, Libra.